Hello everyone, Sungekoga here, back with another video, and man, we are almost done with January, and we have our first controversy, our first Nintendo controversy of 2026. And what's the first controversy, may I ask? Censorship. Now, Nintendo is no stranger to censorship in their games, and sometimes games made by third party. And even though the eShop is plagued with so many hentai slopware AI games. But today, one of the games that released today on Switch, a very beloved game that I want to play so bad someday, Dispatch. If you don't know what Dispatch is, it's basically a visual novel story type game. Like, there were developers from Telltale that formed a studio called AdHoc, who used to work with Telltale to work on The Wolf Among Us 2, and they split off for unknown reasons. And while Wolf Among Us 2 is still nowhere to be seen, that game probably will never come out, let's be real. Dispatch has been popping off. Like, Moist Critical is in this game as a voice actor. Like, wow. And this game was praised to hell, and I want to play it so bad. And so it released today on Switch and Switch 2, and it has some controversy. As you can see here, Dispatch is censored on Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch. I'm over here on Nintendo Everything that's reporting the news. And we're going to read here. Although there was initially speculation about Dispatch being censored on Switch and Switch to Switch 2, it's now confirmed that this is the case. In the PC PS5 versions, the game featured a visual censorship setting. So basically, they put a black bar over the sex scenes and the other stuff. This was basically an option you could toggle in the game if you're streaming the game and don't want to break Twitch TOS or other streaming sites that prohibit nudity. But this is completely gone from the Switch and Switch 2 versions. So you're always getting the censored experience. All scenes are intact, but there are changes, such as nudity being covered up with a black bar. So yeah, the game is censored. Now, personally, this stuff doesn't bother me. Like, it's questionable, yes, but I'm not bothered by it. Like, I'm still gonna play the game on Switch. I'm just gonna play the PS5 version the PS5 version first. I can't talk. But it is making some people very mad, and they are rightfully so. Like, Nintendo, why are you censoring this game while you allow Cyberpunk 2077, a game that has some very explicit stuff in there, with no problem? Not to mention all the hentai swap I mentioned earlier on the eShop. Now, we're gonna read here about the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch release. AdHoc had this to say. This is their response. AdHoc Studio has worked with Nintendo to ensure the content within the title met the criteria to release on their platforms, but the core narrative and gameplay experience remains identical to the original release. Based on AdHoc's comments, it sounds like this was a decision Nintendo pushed for. It's unclear what's been happening as of late. It sounds like the Big N has been pushing for stricter guidelines with games on its platform as of late. So, yeah, I still find this very weird. Again, Nintendo, why are you doing this now? Like, you let Cyberpunk on your platform with no issues. Not to mention some of your own games, well, while they're not to have any nudity, to my knowledge, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 tends to show some of that very that very same stuff. Again, while not nudity, it still leans that way. Like, I don't know. This is such a weird decision. Like, I gotta make it clear. I know some people who come on my channel say, "You're such a Nintendo shill. Why are you dick riding Nintendo so hard?" I'm not defending Nintendo here at all. Like, I will call out Nintendo. Let me rephrase that. I will praise Nintendo for what they do, and also call them out for some shitty things. And this is definitely one that is deserving of getting called out. Like, this sets a very bad precedent for what else could be censored from a third-party developer that wants to put their game on their platform. While I personally don't think this will affect my experience with the game, I'm going to play on PS5 first and double dip later. It is going to raise concerns with censorship. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the situation. What do you guys think about this in the comments down below? Are you still going to pick up the game despite this, or are you just going to skip out this game entirely and play on another platform? Again, valid. It's your decision. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. This has been Sunget Koga, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.